Canada will open a new consulate in Greenland this week. Greenland is described as an autonomous territory of Denmark, and like Canada, Donald Trump has talked about wanting to annex the huge Arctic island and its 58,000 people.
Canada has just executed one of its sharpest geopolitical moves of the year, and it happened quietly, confidently, and directly inside the one Arctic region Donald Trump talks about more than any other. While Trump continues to repeat that the United States should get Greenland.
We need Greenland for national security. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
And jokes about acquiring the island the way a billionaire buys real estate, Greenland's own leaders have now responded with a message that changes everything. When Canada announced the opening of its first ever consulate in Nuuk, a Greenlandic MP reacted with one single word.
The first reaction was, finally.
The entire Arctic power map shifted overnight. Before we go deeper, dear viewers, this is Maple States. If you're new here, help us reach 1,000 subscribers, 300 likes, and 300 comments on this video. Your support keeps this channel alive. Greenland's reaction was more than symbolic. In an interview with CBC, MP Pelle Broberg said the consulate was long overdue, emphasizing that Inuit communities in Canada, Alaska, and Greenland have been culturally connected for generations, but politically separated by distance and foreign governments.
For a long time, our cousins, families, our kins from Canada and Alaska as well, our Arctic Inuit cousins, they have been having connections to Greenland for a long time, but we've never had that close relation through the governmental level, which a consulate, of course, brings. So for the first reaction was, of course, finally.
For the first time in years, a high-level Canadian minister, Anita Anand, traveled to Nuuk to open the consulate, signaling that Canada is no longer talking about Arctic influence. It is acting on it.
When we open a consulate in Greenland, we are expanding Canada's diplomatic footprint in another Arctic region. I've had numerous conversations with other foreign ministers of Arctic countries, and we all agree that now is the time to ensure that our collective will and footprint is placed in Arctic territory.
This comes at a moment when the Arctic is no longer a quiet, frozen frontier. It is a geopolitical crossroads contested by the United States, China, Russia, Denmark, and increasingly, Canada. For Greenland, which buys Canadian goods but must ship everything through Denmark, the new consulate represents a possible escape from high costs, long shipping times, and European bottlenecks. But the implications go far beyond trade routes. Broberg openly said Greenland wants deeper integration with North America's economic system.
If we're back to the business at hand, the consulate is another step in collaboration between the Greenlandic people and the Canadians.
For years, it watched NAFTA and now USMCA from the outside, wishing it could join that trade orbit. Now, he suggests Canada might be the partner that finally makes it possible. To understand why this matters, we have to revisit Donald Trump's Arctic obsession. Since his first term, Trump has repeatedly floated the idea that the United States should buy Greenland.
We need Greenland for national security. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
Reuters, AP, and Vanity Fair all reported that he privately suggested the U.S. could secure the island one way or another. The proposal was immediately denounced in Greenland as colonial and disrespectful. Denmark's prime minister called it absurd. The resulting diplomatic clash damaged Washington's credibility in the region. And although the U.S. still operates its consulate in Nuuk and runs the Thule Air Base, political trust never fully recovered. That erosion is now Canada's opportunity. By opening a diplomatic presence right when Greenland is rethinking its economic future, Ottawa has positioned itself as a partner that respects local autonomy, understands Inuit connections, and offers practical alternatives to Denmark's supply chains and America's ambitions. Broberg's "finally" wasn't just excitement, it was a warning shot toward Washington. Greenland is now open to partners who treat it as an equal. Meanwhile, Denmark has been pushing back against the United States in ways few expected. Danish officials recently accused America, one of its closest NATO allies, of running covert influence operations inside Greenland. A public investigation found evidence that at least 3 individuals with connections to Trump attempted to build separatist networks sympathetic to Washington's goals. Denmark summoned the top U.S. diplomat in Copenhagen and warned that such actions violate international law and threaten NATO unity. Ottawa is deepening cooperation with Denmark through green energy, offshore wind, and clean technology. Canadian aluminum, powered by hydroelectricity, is also gaining new importance. With Europe's carbon border tariff taking effect in 2026, aluminum produced using fossil fuels will face penalties. Canada, one of the world's cleanest producers, is perfectly positioned to benefit. In 2024, Canada-Denmark trade reached roughly $2.7 billion US, but the true significance lies in the type of trade: clean technology, hydrogen, Arctic cooperation, and energy infrastructure. These are long-term strategic industries, not short-term imports. Instead of bending under US tariff pressure, Canada is reinventing itself. Economists say federal energy investments now account for more than 3% of GDP, the highest in 2 decades. This shift has surprised Washington. Trump's tariffs were designed to pull investment into the United States. Instead, they accelerated Canada's re-industrialization. While U.S. factories struggle with rising prices, Canadian firms are finding stability in government-backed energy infrastructure. While Trump's strategy revolves around confrontation, Canada's revolves around capacity. One weaponizes tariffs, the other builds reactors. And that's the story the United States didn't expect. Canada is quietly transforming into an energy superpower. The Darlington cluster alone could generate over $2 billion in tax revenue over the next decade. Each billion invested supports 6,000 jobs. Provinces and industries are aligning around a single idea. Canada's long-term strength lies in self-reliance, clean energy, and industrial security. Greenland's reaction to Canada's consulate, Denmark's distrust of U.S. covert operations, and Canada's nuclear build-out all point toward the same conclusion. Influence in the Arctic will not go to the loudest country. It will go to the country that shows up, builds partnerships, and invests in the future. Canada has shown up, Greenland noticed, and the United States, for the first time in years, is watching its northern influence slip away. Thank you for watching Maple States. If you enjoyed this report, help us reach 1,000 subscribers, 300 likes, and 300 comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep geopolitical analysis.